My humble salutation in the lotus feet of our beloved Lord Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and salutation to you all because he lives in your heart as well. And if I don't say this, he will definitely reprimand me, because there was an occasion when I bowed down to him and he said, "Not me, to them, I live in them as well." So that is his magnanimity, that he recognized you, that he is the dweller of your hearts. So I salute you all, and I am grateful to Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and thankful to the Region 3 organizer who has given me this wonderful opportunity to be in this mini Prashanti which you have created. One Swami has mentioned actually that you do not have to run to Prashanti Nilayam to see me. You have to create Prashanti where you are. And today, when you see from Suprabhatam, Nagar Sankirtan, breakfast, Swami is coming. Can I fetch my breakfast quickly? You put your seat there and come and back and sit down, and then come back and listen to the bhajan, and then you're waiting for the Lord to come. That is what you have created for 3 days, but I'm sure you all have that mini Prashanti in your own houses, and also you are following the same thing what Swami has told you. Suprapatam doing, you can't do the Nagar Sankirtan, but you can do the Sankirtan morning till evening. That's what Swami has said. When you are taking your journey, just say Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. He'll make sure that he is with you all the time. You have to call. Like when you switch on to your phone, which I don't carry, and you just talk to your friends. That is what his switch on button is. When you say Sai Ram, he is with you. Work, journey, everywhere where you are, and you want to be connected with him, you have to say this simple word. And this beloved Lord has come amongst us. You can see it is a big task actually. Our life is his message. It's a very, very big task. But if we can take one message from his life, I think our life will definitely become his message. I was advised to, asked to do a workshop in Prashanti Nilayam during the International Seva Conference. And during the workshop, I was supposed to talk to the people about the various, the avenues of the Seva. And everybody was supposed to submit that workshop leaflet, what you're supposed to see, what are the roles and other things like that. And naturally, our, organizers, they're very particular. Paperwork has to be there. Nothing was coming from me. And just the last minute, they say, "We have not received anything from you." I said, "I have prepared, I am bringing it with you." He said, "Not what we will like to see." I sent this picture to them. He said, "No, this is just the photo we want to see." I said, "If you've got a huge big leaflet, half of the people read on the day and another day, and then will go into their file. But if they carry this little picture there, they will realize what is the role for which the Lord Narayana has left Lakshmi, and that Narayana has come to serve the Daridra Narayana here. He had no problem sitting in the board, even Vaikuntha, very nicely, and Lakshmi is pressing the feet. And suddenly he hears the call. He said, "You be here, I'm going alone." He said, "You won't need me?" He said, "Probably I would, but I call you." And then he comes down to the planet to do this. This is what exactly, that Narayana has come to serve the Daridra Narayana. That is the simple message if we can follow. Wherever you are, whenever you see somebody, do not think whether that fellow looks healthy or whatever. But when he's asking you something, give with love and give with great reverence. If you study that picture, look at the Swami's gesture. He's bowing down to the level where he is. And that's what exactly, and he has made a very profound declaration. Once he told us, all of us to do only one thing. We are all caught in the chain of Kama, Krodha, Modha, Lobh, Matsara. These 6 chains are keeping us down the level of the humanity. And we are drowning because there is too much weight on us. Swami said, you do one thing. You just float up, cut at least one chain. And the moment you're on the surface, I will hold you. You come to the level of humanity, and I'll take you to the level of the divinity. From humanity, he will take us to divinity. That is the promise of the Lord. And now when think about how can we make our life his message? It's a very difficult task. But he has given this message to each and everyone. It is not only for me to wait to become that old to get into his message. No, I wait. He has laid each and everything for very, very young people. Most of the children have gone to for their various activities, but it is very important that they can learn from his life. And that becomes at a very young age. When a beggar came to his doorstep, he went and gave his food to the beggar. And he has to go through the punishment because his mother said, I don't have enough. He said, Mother, don't worry. When he was eating, his Ananda has become my food. A 7-year-old young boy, Sathya, is telling the mother, when he is eating, his Ananda has become my food, and that is his food. Always bliss is my food. That is what exactly he says. That is life, this message starts with the children. I had a wonderful opportunity, actually, that Swami's 60th birthday medical camp, it was arranged. It was a huge medical camps, big thing, international and national activities were supposed to be taken place, and we all came to our loving mother's place, and he has made all the arrangements for us. Like we are just coming here, you people have made all the arrangements for us. And then we were told that Swami has selected 60 villages to serve on 60th birthday. And those 60 villages were not just doing the medical things. They were complete service, the package of the services, veterinary service, Narayan Seva, Educare, Medicare, social care, everything was there. And I was very, very fortunate. I got an opportunity to be selected in the surgical medical camp. There was only one village was selected, and that village was given an opportunity to perform the eye surgeries. I was very young at that time, but when I came to know that I'm going to that place, I thought my dream come true because I've been praying to Swami. I always wanted to go and see that school where Swami studied. That was the school to given to us. And the room which was allocated was the room which was converted into the operation theater was the room. I was told that incidents took place that one of the teacher, when he asked Swami to get up onto the chair, he got stuck to the chair. That was the room. Can you imagine? That dream comes true, you're visiting. And then we were shown that beautiful register, which has become like, one of the most sort of registers in the world. People go and see. It is named Sathya. Narayan Raju studied in this school from this time to that time. Why I'm saying this? Because I learned so much about Swami's life as a child, that how much he has done, not only materializing the things, but the duty. As we say, that our life should become the message. This is the duty of the parents to install that dharma. What is the dharma of a child? Putra dharma or Pautra dharma. There was his contemporary, probably most of you know, his name was also Satyanarayana. And then later on, he became the mayor of Bukkapatnam. These stories are not published anywhere because, Swami, unless he asks somebody, you can't write anything. That is what exactly it. Probably Anyata Shram Nasti story, that lady has to wait many, many years when Swami told her, now you can go ahead and write about him. Satyanarayana never got the permission from Swami to write his childhood, wonderful time with the Swami. But after the camp, when we sit down, like when we sitting here and eating, we have got this satsanga. He said, Dr. Rajas, I want to tell you that people do not remember that what Swami used to do when he come from home early in the morning without the shoes, running from the Puttaparthi to Bukkapatnam, which is about 2.5 to 3 kilometers along the bank of the Chitravati River those days. I had an opportunity also to take that pilgrimage because Swami created that incidents for me that you should realize what, if you want to do, take that pilgrimage. If time permits, I will share with you. And he said that lunchtime, he will run back to serve his grandfather because his grandfather will not eat without him. He served him and run back without eating. And then anybody who wants something, he will provide. And in the evening, he goes back again and makes sure that his grandfather is comfortable. This is the message for us, for our child to remember that what is the duty. This is so important. Then what is the next message? When he grew as a brother, his brother told him that you go to the school and do all the household work, difficult household work. Many of you probably remember the Swami has to go almost 4 kilometers and going and 4 kilometers coming twice to bring the water, to fetch the water for the household work, and twice, because once for his own family, for his brother and sister-in-law, and secondly for the neighbor. The very old couple used to live there. His water project did not start what we had the name. He realized the difficulties of the people. There are fortunate people who have seen those marks on the Swami's shoulder, because there used to be a bamboo, and on the end of the bamboo there were 2 buckets, full buckets. He will run and bring and then go to the school as well. That is the dharma of, as a brother, for the youngsters. Anybody can take these messages. I have witnessed this thing. I was recently in Nepal, only a month before going to Turkestan. And an extraordinary thing, I think there is a documentary about it actually, which was recently shown in Prashanti Nilayam. Youngsters, the youth has taken one of the message from Swami, that Swami, our life will be your message. Nepal has got beautiful rivers, but the water in the villages is extremely, extremely difficult to get it, because people cannot go down to the gorge to get the water, or they cannot go to the glacier in the mountain to get the water. So all the youth in Nepal, they have decided one thing, that they will bring a pipeline 19 kilometers from the glacier right to the village. How it is possible? But they had that wonderful message that if he can do, you can do. And he has done on the human level, not as a, the divine level. He could have materialized, and that beautiful dam in Anandpur would have been there. There's no problem. Rama has taken a bow and put there, and the Ganges has come out. That is very simple, but he has not used the divine power. He used the human resources. He used us. Bhagwan is called, he is Sahastra Hastas, Sahastrakshas, Sahasrapadas. And I remember one of the story, it was a rumor that Swami is going to show his Virat Swarupa of Sahasrastas, Sahastrakshas, and Sahasrapadas. Means he has got thousands hands, thousands eyes, and thousands legs. Can you imagine somebody like that? That person becomes like a material of exhibition, because he won't look like a human being. You'd want to look, Lord, as a human being, loving mother and father. That is what exactly enchanting beauty of our beloved Lord. But that is the picture given to us about this thing. And everybody was waiting. And the day came and everybody thought, now Swami will come and show. Bhajan started. Swami came in the ordinary orange gown, sat down on the seat. Everybody is looking. When is the moment? When is the moment? Swami realized when the bhajan finishes, oh, you want to see my Virat Swarupa? Look at them. These are my thousands hands which are going village to village and serving. These are my thousands eyes which are looking at the poverty and doing something about it. These are my thousands legs which are going into the remote parts of the world and taking my message. And what is that mantra? Love all and serve all. Only 2 things. He has not asked you to do many things. This is what is such an important thing. If you have really, in the medical sciences, you have to learn anatomy, physiology, pharmacy, this and that, and so many things. But when you actually practice, you know your subject, and you don't remember all those things. Swami says, forget about anatomy and physiology. I will just tell you only one mantra. You have to do love all and serve all, and that will bring you to the source. And that love and serve all and word Sai Rama will give you the force to be connected to the source. Very, very simple. And of course, he will keep you on course. 3 things. He will give you the force to keep you on course, to be connected with the source, to do love all and serve all. That's very simple. So these young boys, they have taken me and shown me, Dr. Upadhyay, that is the glacier on the top there. And how they did it? The batch of 25 boys, they have taken 2 weeks holiday in turn in order to bring that pipeline down to the village. I have witnessed actually in the village what they did. There is a hand pump. We'll show you in the afternoon probably that little film. That this pipeline has come and there was a hand pump. On one side, there is a picture of Swami. They have put that. On the other side, there is a picture of Shirdi Baba. And when the villagers are doing this pump, they are taking it like Padotkam. That they say, this is Sai Tirtham. This is not the water. This is the medicine which will cure us. Why? Because it has come from that big source, because there was a force with those boys to bring. Those boys have taken one message from Swami's life, that Swami did 2 runs every single day, and he had the mark. It would have been very painful that it is hurting and still I have to go. Not only on Monday to Saturday, he has to go every single day. This is what Swami did. Then, when he grew, another challenge came to his life which we have to learn. Listen to the mother, Matra Devo Bhava. The mother went, you all remember, in Urukonda, and asked Swami. There are many people are asking you, probably you all know the story, that Maharaja of Mysore, Maharani of Junagadh, many great business people and everything, they say, Swami, when you start your mission, then you can use our palace, our town, we will provide you with all the facilities and everything. Like, you get an opportunity from India, a villager suddenly get an opportunity, he has been invited to come to America, England, and everywhere. But the mother is standing there with emotion. You promise me that you do not go anywhere. How many of, if you got a letter from United States of America, from a little village, a boy gets, and he said, Mother, I have got this opportunity, I want to go. And mother looks at the son, he said, I know you will get all the comforts and all the things which you want to, but I will miss you. Promise me that you will not leave me. So he made Puttaparthi, a remote, a small hamlet, those people who have seen Puttaparthi in 60s, how small it was, only few huts. I still remember actually when you sit on the Chitravati river, when this bhajan was going on so beautifully there, I remember that we used to sit down on the sand of the Chitravati river, which was laid down every single day. Probably Brother Jose will remember those days actually. You sit down, and when Swami walks onto the sand, we used to collect the Swami's footprint onto the sand and try to keep it. That is direct footprint of the Lord there. That is what the beauty of those time, and you can see the Chitravati river from there, like from this hotel, you can see the river St. John. Can you imagine? That was the beauty. Now all the buildings have come. Who would have thought that a small hamlet of few villages called Puttaparthi, there will be this magnanimity. He did not go to the foreign or Mysore, because those days, anybody going out of the village, even to Bangalore and Mysore, that was going to a foreign, because it was very difficult to connect them. It was a foreign land. Even in India, there were many foreign lands. And he came there. And what he did, he got the whole world into the lotus feet of his mother, because he wanted to serve the mother and the motherland. He did not go anywhere. That is the message. And if we have come here, Swami says, go wherever you are, but don't forget your motherland and be proud of your motherland and do something for the motherland. I'll be very happy with you. These are the subtle messages Swami has given to the people, and we have to do very Herculean task. Can we do this? Yes, of course you can do that. Because why? Because he lives in your heart. Only thing, you have to tune with him. How you tune with Swami? We have got so many things. We read the book, I have to do this, I have to do that one. As an eye doctor, Swami knew that I am very poor understanding other things. So he gave me a very simple formula. If somebody is very poor-sighted, like high myopia or high Swami's medical knowledge is fantastic. I share with the story, my goodness, the professor will be dumped in front of the Swami. That is what exactly Swami is. And this has happened actually. There was an anatomy professor sitting with Swami's room, and we were all there. And Swami started telling how many nerves and how many arteries and how many blood vessels and how many bones were there. This anatomist knew how many bones were there, But he did not realize how many blood vessels, small capillaries were there. And Swami said to him, you know something? These are the exact number of the river and the streams in the world which is in your body. Your body is the unit of that universe. This fellow is looking at the Swami. He's scratching his head. And he said, no, Swami, I did not know. He said, yes, you should know. When you study the human body, study the universe also. Because I did not create only the human body. I created the universe with you. So that I can love you and you can love me. That I need that connection. Simply he wants, you should love to the Swami and he will be very happy. So knowing me that I was not very knowledgeable, he simply told me one thing. You know, a person is very poor-sighted. What do you do? Swami, I give the glasses. He doesn't want to wear glasses. Then what do you do? Swami, give contact lens. I said, yes, very good. To connect me in this crowd, you require a silence. Silence, Swami? No, don't wear in the silence in the eyes. Put silence in the mind. At the moment you put that silence in the mind, I am with you right in front of you. You will recognize me. As Brother Akshat just said, do we recognize each other? Do we think that I am saluting you as a person or I am saluting you as embodiment of love, like you standing right in front of me? That is what the Swami's message. So I thought, Swami, I will go and look for those silences. I'm still searching that silence, yet to find, to be connected 24 hours, 7 days a week, and 365 days. And I'm sure Swami one day will put me into that scenario that I have got permanently that silence fitted in my brain. You know why in the brain? Because nowadays new devices are coming. Actually, those people who have got very poor vision, nothing can be done. They're implanting something between brain and the optic nerve so they can permanently see. They don't have to take it out, contact lens, everything. This is the wonderful thing. And now we come to the story of Swami's, the medical knowledge. But before I go to the medical knowledge, I just wanted to see, today we were all sitting just onto the breakfast table, and one of the brother was just simply beautifully was defining what the seva was. And he said something, you see, you have got this thing, wonderful thing to learn everywhere. You have to keep your ears open. And he was talking to one of the youth, and he said, seva has to be spontaneous, and there should not be expectation at all. And that should come from within. You cannot just do it seva because other people are doing, I will join you. It has happened with me in the medical college. I'm very fortunate to be with you all. This is my 50th year. My first camp I did 50 years ago. And to be in such a wonderful gathering. Many people have joined me in this, the path Swami has inspired them. But some of them has left halfway because they wanted to do, because they were inspired to do, because they heard and they saw, but it was not coming from within, so they stopped. Like, the rivers which is flowing to the ocean, as Brother Akshat said, not all the rivers reaches to the destination. Some of them get dried in between. But those who have got depth, they will keep on going. There are people who have come right from the beginning and still working. They still join the Swami's work. Doesn't matter what age, is the criteria, not for. To understand what the seva is, we must understand one thing. There is somebody has to be your mentor of the seva. I was very lucky that at a very young age, before I knew Swami, I was just, told the stories of Hanuman. And reading the Hanuman's story and listening to Hanuman's story, I thought, yes, this is what I should learn, that you should have that intensity to meet the Lord. And when I ask Brother Girdhar not to give me a big introduction, bigger the introduction, far away you are and God will not recognize. And this has happened with Hanuman. That's why I always request the people, probably you all know the story, when the Rama came to Kishkinda in search of the Sita, Sita was already been taken by Ravana. And when Sugriv saw from the Rishimukh mountain that there are two beautiful young men are there, he got very worried That is, my brother Bali has sent those people in the disguise to find me so that he can kill you. You probably all know the story, that he was hiding in Richmond because his brother misunderstood his intention. There was some incidents, you have all taken, probably all Bal Vikas people, I don't want to go into the detail. So he sends Hanuman, knowing Hanuman is very, very clever. Buddhiman, that's it. Gunavan, we have Hanuman Chalisa. So he goes there and he decides, if I come as a monkey, probably he will not understand what my message and all those things. To find out actually he decided to become a very scholarly Brahmin. And he had a little pothi in his hand. And then he went there hiding his tail. And he went there. And he is master of grammar, master of music. Those people who sing the bhajan, probably you do not know that Hanuman's, one of the great criteria was he was the greatest singer. And there was one great time, sorry, I'm drifting from one to another, but I just can't stop thinking because I can't prepare and speak what Swami just feeds. Actually, he's the speaker, I'm the loudspeaker. This is probably he's prompting me to say. Thank you, Swami. So there was a great concert was going on, and Hanuman being the Hanuman, he will never go and introduce, oh, I'm Hanuman. He was sitting right at the back. And Lord Shiva was the presiding, the Nataraja himself presiding this beautiful concert there. And everybody came and sang beautifully. One said that this beautiful Bharatnatyam and dance by the Urvashi and everything. And everybody was clapping. He said, you have not seen the finale. The climax is there is a person who sings most beautiful. And he will take you from this plane to another divine plane. And he introduced Hanuman. Hanuman is me. And he went there. And what he sings, just simply, Ramadhuna. That's all he sang. So that everybody can follow it. Because all this time people were listening, stage and audience. When he started singing Ramadhun, they all became one. Swami said, that is the music. When each and every one becomes one in that melody and drown into the melody, I am really become awakened into your heart and you reach the level of the bliss that is called Ananda. That is Hanuman. So when Hanuman reached there, master of the grammars and all those things, and he started beautifully. Oh, beautiful one, you are looking so beautiful. You've got a lotus eye. You look like a prince. Look at your feet. They're so soft. What are you doing in the forest? And Lakshmana got so impressed in this forest with this scholarly man. He's speaking so nicely, such a musical tone. What a grace in his voice and everything like that. Rama is there simply looking at Hanuman. And he said, oh, clever one. Listen to the word. He said, oh, clever one, I am the son of Dashratha, king of Ayodhya, and he is my Anuj, Sumitranandan. Because father is same, Sumitranandan. And the moment he said, I am the prince, son of Dashratnanda, Hanuman said, all this time I have been waiting for you, Lord. I'm a fool if I could not recognize. Why you did not recognize? He fell, and his tears are washing the lotus feet of Rama. Rama says, oh, Hanuman, if you have come as you are, I would have recognized. You have come with that great deal of merit, with portfolio of BA, MA, PhD, DSc, oxen. I can't reach to you. Come as you are, I will recognize you. It reminds me very nicely, actually, which becomes quite humorous, but it's true. You know, in the villages, when people get BA, in the village of Puttaparthi, another thing, they go to every house and say, no, I'm a BA. I will become a teacher and get a job into an office and all those things. Swami said, when you get BA, the ego makes you bad. B-A-D, add D to it. When you get MA, you become mad. And when you get PhD, you get permanently head damaged. Permanently. Because there is no bound to it. I am PhD doctor so-and-so. Where are you, sir? Who you are? I am PhD. Oh, you are PhD, but who are you? That is what this is Swami's sense of humor, but with a subtle information. Higher you go, lower you should. This is what I heard from Mother Teresa, and I'll give you one very beautiful incident. Probably some of the senior Americans will remember. There used to be an ambassador. His name was John Galbraith. Anybody remembers it? He was a very tall man. And I was with Mother Teresa once there, and he came to Calcutta. He was the ambassador. He brought the message the president wanted to come and visit Mother Teresa and all those things. And Mother Teresa, that mother's home, is a small little place. There is a beautiful hall where they sing the hymns for the Mother Mary. Then there's a small little room, a wooden table and 2 chairs and a bench. That's all she had, small office. And so there is a little sort of a courtyard where there are little creepers where the flowers are there. And those people who have seen Mother Teresa, as she got older, she had the osteoporosis, and she started, bending forward there. So she was trying to pluck a flower, and the John Galbraith said, "Mother, don't worry, I'm a bigger, American tone. I'm bigger than you, I can pluck it for you." He said, no, you are not bigger, you are taller. And you say, "Look at her." She said, "You are taller." And then, sister, she says, "You see that? I wish," she didn't say that I am bound down to the words. She said, "I wish this creeper had more fruits than it had come down. The trees which has got more fruit is bowed down. The bamboo tree does not have anything. That's why it is straight up there." That's what exactly, this is the quality. More quality you are, you will become like it. But when you meet somebody like this, you think definitely he's a PhD. So you don't have to ask him. That is what exactly. Enough humor. I just like to take you, give me just 10 minutes before my time finish. So I just want to tell you that when Swami arranges something, actually, that he is really very, very particular what you do. And he makes sure that you don't miss out anything. And many a times, I was very lucky after the medical camps when you go and report to the Swami. Swami will tell you what you have not done right. He will not praise you at all. Then in the afternoon, you meet some people, like the students. "Oh, Dr. Swami was telling you did such a wonderful job and all." He may say good thing about you to others, but not in front of you. That is the duty of a real master. Never praise yourself. So this is what exactly the incidents actually with I wanted to narrate to you. We were working actually in Zambia, and probably the Victor Kanu, the man who really was very close. He changed himself to become Sai Krishna. Those people who have read his autobiography, he was very, very close. And he was my patient as well. He has a glaucoma. And I used to send the medicines to him, and one time he stopped it. He said, "I'm not going to take the medicine, whether my Lord makes me blind or not. As far as is my heart, I can feel him. I'm not worried about seeing, but I don't want to depend on the medicine." And literally, he lost the physical sight, but his inner vision developed, and he felt very close. And because of that, there are many people in the world who goes and sees Swami, but how many people are there when they are not well? Swami goes and sees them. Victor Kanu was one of them. Because probably you all know the story. He was beyond PhD. He was an ambassador of Sierra Leone in London, and Swami just told him, "Resign." How many of you will think that resign? Because those days there were a rumor was there that he is going to be the next president of Sierra Leone. But he listened to the master, he resigned straight away. He went to Puttaparthi. "Swami, next, what is for me?" Start a school. So there is a place called Tooting. There are some of the people from, United Kingdom. They know Tooting is a small place in the south of London on the other side of the river. He started his school with Genevieve there. A few years later, a couple of years later, they went there, and Swami said, "Sell the school and go to Zambia." "Swami, Zambia? I'm from Sierra Leone." "You telling me, where are you from?" "Oh, no, Swami." So he said, so he came to Zambia. Nobody knew him, who he was in Zambia. Zambia is those people who have got the connection with Zambia, probably they'll know. It is basically a Christian country completely there. And there he wanted to start a school with education, with human values. And this recently Swami gave me the opportunity to do this program in Turkestan, in the medical university. Last month I was there. So the Victor Kanu went there and he approached the people that I want to do this thing. So they say, "No, not in the main city. We go to one of the villages." He said, "I'm quite happy." So they went to a place called Andola, which is the bordering the Congo. And it's a copper belt. he started to work there. He could not find any place, and somebody decided to give him a little place. He started the school. To test him, they gave them 10 worst, the boys of the town. They are vandals. They have got all the bad habits you can think. They say, if you can change them, probably we can do that. They work very hard onto them, Tom. Keeping Swami's message that, those people who read Shirdi Sai Charitra, like this beloved Lord has given us a mantra, love all and serve all. The previous avatar has given also something. These great, modern Kali Yuga avatar are very good. They know our memories are very weak, so they give you something very simple. So he told only Shraddha and Saburi. The faith and the patience, that was the Shirdi avatars. And this avatar has simply says, love all, serve all. So he remembered. Shraddha, have faith, and Saburi, patience. 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 8 months gone. They realized change is coming gradually and all those things. And 8 months later, these boys are cleaning their house. When they come back, they say, Mother, it's done a job for us. They're helping the villagers and all those things. No vandalism. Everybody thinks, oh, these two people must be specialized in voodoo. So, of course, voodoo, of course, why not? We do. Yes, we all know voodoo, we do, because Swami has given us magic in our hand, and that magic is called love. They changed. So they started this beautiful school. So he asked that, Doctor, we should do a medical camp so there is more awareness. So the boys' school started. And this incident is so important for us that whenever we arrange anything, we have to take the lesson, as his life is the message. If you miss one thing, you'll be in trouble. There's a beautiful camp. We are given an old Second World War air strip. We made the tent a little marquee for the medical camp. And Victor Kanu's students actually were helping us for the interpretation. We slept in the school in the night. Before we go to the camp, we have to roll our beds, and then the class starts in the same room. That was the scenario. And in the evening, we have got our food, and sometimes you think it is a salad or it's, it's hoppers, green. They look the same thing. You have to think about it. This sort of scenario you have to do the medical camp. And one day, there was a girl of 14 was brought to the medical camp. And some of the students went all the way. She traveled about 4 or 5 miles. And when she reached to the camp, she has already lost one eye. Those people who are medically oriented, probably they will remember, she had a condition called retrobulbar neuritis. There is an inflammation at the back of the eye. The optic nerve is damaged, and she lost the sight. Nothing could be done. And she had a similar condition started. So these boys said, look, the doctors, Swami has sent the doctors, we'll take you. And she came. She was not worried about her health. She was not worried anything. She was so thirsty on the way. First thing said, I want some water to drink. They won't say the glass of water because they don't know what a glass is. The glass of water. In this relation, I just want to tell you one incident that, throw these cans of Coca-Cola here and there and all those things. In this scenario, in the remote parts of Africa and some places, they become so important. And the camps we used to throw, and the little boys would come and collect these cans. So one day I asked him, why you are collecting? He said, come with us. They took us to a water hole, which was so deep. They will put a little thread with the hook of the open Coca-Cola bottle to bring it down to take the water to drink. That is the condition. And when we are shaving or doing the tooth, water is running. Swami said, save the water if you want to save the planet. This is what the scenario he sent us to learn. I did not give much attention when Swami says, save the water. Yes, Swami. When I remember, just close that one. But when I saw that incident, I realized. And we have this constant fight at house with the boys, leave the tape. Then, Dad, please, I'll close it because you can hear. Because, with the water is coming with great force. So this is what exactly, so she asked for a little water. We gave the water. And then we realized, so there was a treatment available. We started treating her. The injection was given to her eye. Then we started giving her some tablets. These are steroid tablets. And it has to be taken after food because it causes the problems to the stomach. She stayed with us for 5-6 days. We kept her. She has nice food and everything. The last day when we are finishing with the camp, I told the interpreter, this boy, See why Swami sent you. Why I'm telling you this story. It is not the medical camp that you see 5,000 people and you come and say, Swami, I've seen the 5,000. He sent you for a particular reason there. Because in this drama, you are a role. When you come home and you want to narrate the drama, you will not remember the whole drama. You will remember there is one song which touched you. You will go and tell all your friends. That was the thing. Or you will remember a scene. That is the scene. The rest of the drama was irrelevant. I love that particular scene. When that lost son found the father and how he grabbed him. Just a scenario. That's what exactly all this each and every medical camp which I have done all this year, there is always something in that medical camp. And probably in these 2 days, I will time to share that what is the hidden message you have to wait to get when this drama unfolds. So this boy, Joseph, who was my interpreter, so I asked that now I'm giving you the medicine. She has to take this medicine and give how this medicine is to be taken. I don't want to give all the details, but this medicine has to be taken, reducing every day a certain number. To start with, she has to take 4 times a day. But make sure when she takes the medicine, she must take some food and then only take this medicine. She started crying. So I asked this boy, why she's crying? He started crying. Tears in his eyes. He told me, Doctor, you are giving the free medicine. She said, take after food. What food? I live in a village. I stand in front of, there was a little hut where this contractor comes, pick us up to work into the field. If I'm lucky enough to be selected, in the afternoon, I will be given some maize and cassava or something like that to bring. No money. If I do not get the job, I will not eat. But if I get something, first I will feed my little brothers and sister and give to my own mother, then I'll eat. 4 times a day? Look at us. Today when we had the breakfast, should I take, which cereals I'm supposed? Should I take bread? Should I take cornflakes? Should I take Weetabix? What a choice. But when you're eating, think about those people. Think about those people, that there are people like this. This is what exactly Vision Swami teaches you through this practice. And always there is a actor waiting for the drama. So there was a gentleman actually from the copper belt. He was standing with a VIP to be shown to us. And Victor Kanu's instruction was, they will not given a chance till the last day of the camp. This is the last day. They will all be seen because the foreign doctors have come. So this gentleman is waiting, came in a big Mercedes car. Naturally, sometimes you think, why I'm wasting time? He can go to the capital and get treated and all those things. But see the role of that person. He listened to the story. And he says, Doctor, I will adopt not only this girl, but adopt that village. Complete village. Think at the scenario. There is an interpreter. There is a man has come to see. He was asked to do the last day. This is the last day. I'm explaining to this girl that you have to take things. This man could have been outside. This incident could have taken place a day before. Now, drama. Climax has to be there. But the climax is still not there. That girl did very well. That girl got educated and started working in the factory, copper belt factory for this man. All the little brothers and sisters, they got educated because I did Medicamp in Zambia after that. After a few years, and as a matter of fact, when the medical camp finished there, the health minister came, and he, on the way, when he was coming, he met the revenue minister. He said, I am going to Indola for this, the miracle school. Come with me. It's a wonderful thing. The doctors have come from there. If you've got any problem, you can discuss, because these medical camps are not, because I have got the doctors here. I met Dr. Meera Krishnan. Actually, she was there as well. Sorry, Dr. Meera was there. These people have seen the scenario of the medical camp. So many people come to take a second opinion from you. So he took the revenue minister. Now think about it. What is the relation? Health minister is coming because he is invited. And Victor wanted to thank him to give the opportunity and to tell what is the Sai medicine, what is the Sai medicine is. And he was very happy because a very large number of population was served in almost every field, ophthalmology, ENT, gastroenterology, cardiology, everything the Swami has arranged. And one thing which forgot was the, Narayana Seva, which Swami has introduced through this man. People have started adopting the village. And it's become very wonderful scenario from there. Many of the people have taken one village each. Then these people came, and Victor Kanu said, I know this man, he's a revenue minister. If you have a chance, can you ask him, the land on which these people have given us a chance to do the medical camp, I've got a boys' school, and Swami's instructions are, don't have a mixed education. You must have the girls' school, but I do not have a land for that one. Can you speak? Can you speak? Just, I want to emphasize onto that word. I said, I'll try to speak. So the revenue minister, incidentally, had some eye problem. So he came to ask me. So I start asking. So I said, sir, this is such a wonderful thing. You can see these boys are now so much educated, and they will help you for economy. And there is so much literacy. Who will come there? And today, Victor Kanu's school has got so popular that the people, the army officers and the people who are in the civil service, they are sending the people from, main towns to this little village to study. So he said, yes, of course, that's wonderful. I said, there should be some opportunity for the girls. So he said, what is the difficulty? I said, our master doesn't want distraction. Because when the boys are studying and the girls are in this thing, they'll try to impress more to the girls than anything. So he wants this separate education. He said, oh, that's a good idea. So what is stopping? I said, land. Oh, yes, you can have this land if you want. Look at this. Why at health minister? And Victor Kanu, I got this beautiful place. And of course, that fantastic story. Now they have got beautiful boys and girls school, and many of the people from America and from United Kingdom and many parts of the world, they are supporting that school. But the climax does not finish here. After a few years, I was again asked to do a follow-up medical camp. This was after about 6-7 years. And then I went there. So Victor Kanu, I was just in my little place where I'm seeing the patient. He brings a tall man who is almost 6 feet 2 inches, a local young boy in the white coat, and the stethoscope hanging onto this thing. And Victor Kanu said, do you remember, doctor, who this boy is? I'm looking at him because I'm short. I'm looking at him. He says, Victor, I don't know. Victor looks a very handsome young doctor. He said, he is Joseph, your interpreter who cried on that day for that girl. I asked him, you want to come to England? I can arrange you for some post-graduation. He said, no, doctor. There are many girls like that girl in this thing. I want to do service to my motherland because that's what Swami has said. Can you imagine that medical camp for that little girl and little boy? That is how the drama unfolds. That is this is what's so important for us to understand. And the similar thing, what is that? How much time? Yeah. So this is another story. I think it is better to change the scenario. From the Africa, we should come to our India, and we take you to the mountains in the Himalayas. We are doing a medical camp up in the 7,000 feet beyond, Almora. There is a place called Gangoli Hut. And this is bordering Nepal and India. And we were given an opportunity to go and work. It was a very nice camp. Many of the people joined this medical camp because they wanted to go into the Himalayas. So they wanted to see the Himalayas. Sometimes sightseeing is also an attraction, so they're doing the work. So when we are traveling there, those people who have traveled Badrinath and Kedarnath and Almora, they have known actually the tracks are very, very difficult. And I'm talking about the time, which is very, very long time ago, when the roads were very bad. And if there is one, there's down traffic is coming, the traffic which is going up has to stop. When they cross, then you get a signal, then only this traffic goes, because there is a gorge of 10,000 feet down and there is a mountain 10,000 feet up. If you miss, you're down there. So after Almora, we had a doctor. He was a Sikh doctor, Sardarji, nice, very nice, strong man. Beyond Almora, there was a little bit problem because the landslide, the road was very narrow. And when we left Almora and as we are going, the three things happen in this camp to show that we are nobody to say no to anyone if somebody wants to come to the medical camp. Number two, you must respect others' opinion and make sure you're ready for the eventualities. This is the three lessons which I learned from. So as we are going, at one point it was very dangerous because he could not negotiate his truck. He came and told the person who was local in charge, who was arranged, our host. He said, you did not tell me that roads would be that bad. It is something like for a small jongas, they call it, army jonga. They are four-wheelers, small jeeps they can go. This truck will not go. And this truck was full of supply for the medical thing. He said, I'm not going beyond this point. So naturally, he called me and I said, Sardarji, Sat Sri Akal. At the moment he said Sat Sri Akal, he melted. That's it, I know about Guru Nanak Dev also. I said, Sardarji, let me tell you one thing, that there is no way you can take a U-turn here. You have to go down, probably this truck will not come up. So you got only one way. We can go forward. You can punish us. When you go there, don't take us back. Our Lord will take. But please, you can't stop here because there will be another landslide. He realized he can't make the U-turn. Sometime in the life, you have to take the decision, so go forward. And Swami will take you to your destination. Akshay was telling this morning, destination. So we reached somehow. He was very angry. It was an evening. And those people who have seen this mountain region, actually, there is no flat land. So there is a main road, and there is a first level, there is a school, there is a second level, there is a flat ground. We have put the tents there for this thing. And now we have to carry this thing. This fellow angrily standing there doing anything. Please unload the truck as soon as possible, and I want to go now. We were wondering if he goes, how we'll return, because that would be a problem. So somehow we started loading all young volunteers, because we take a lot of youth with us also. They carried the things, and we did. And by that time, suddenly, it started a little bit drizzling. And it became very dark in the cloud. And normally, they don't allow the people to travel in the night because you can't see. And if you're a little drowsy, you go. So they say, Sardarji, it is very risky. Don't go in the night. You can go in the morning. He said, yes, I'm definitely going into the morning. So whatever little food and other things, he said, no, I'm not going to eat. So, but somebody went and requested, there's no point torturing yourself. Food has got nothing to do with these people. This is the villagers are bringing the food, eat it. You know, Sai Baba, Shirdi Baba, I said, never refuse the food, even if you're not hungry, if somebody gives. It is Annam Brahma. So this is a prasad. And normally what we do actually, that you give somebody just a little vibhuti sort of thing with the prasad into. And the moment Swami's vibhutis goes into somebody's stomach. I'll tell you the story of the vibhuti, what Swami told me about the vibhuti. Probably you must have heard this story. And it was in Satyam Shivam Sundaram as well. So even if the Swami's vibhuti touch, transformation start immediately. There's no problem. So somehow that little vibhuti has gone to him. He said, where I'm going to sleep. So all the people were working. There was only one guest house. And everybody has to sleep wherever they find the room and all those things. So we had a doctor from Sri Lanka. His name is Dr. Vishwanathan. Worked very hard, actually. After finishing all the work, he went the last, probably. And wherever he found his place, he slept there. Next morning, we are all waiting. We are just having the tea. The villagers have brought from down the shop some trees for us. You know, the beautiful things to have in the mountains in the cold weather. Somebody bring garam chais, you know, the nice hot tea. And then you had this little tea there. And suddenly this Sardarji comes with the tears rolling into his eye. He said, please forgive me what I said yesterday and all those things. I said, Swami, your miracle has started. So I thought probably Swami has given the dream to him in the Nanak Dev form that, no, don't be angry, sir. Also. So I said, what has happened? Why? What has changed? He said, you know, it was very cold in the night, and I got up to just go for, you know, the toilet. There was no toilet. I went outside, and I found out the doctor who was sitting in front of me that was shivering in the corner, and he gave his blanket to me. I realized what the service seva you people are doing. I promise I will work here, and wherever you need my truck in India, I'll come free to work for you. Transformation. How? Your action, your action. This doctor has given his blanket to him, and he shivered in the night. When he saw that act of kindness, he transformed. That is what is important. What you do with heart and see that other person is suffering, Swami will protect. This fellow did not even know that he did it. He did not even know about the drama when I told him, right? It was simple. I saw that man was really shivering. He was very angry. I thought he will get more angry in the morning. So I gave my blanket to him. Can you see the intention, pure intention? That is what exactly it is required. That was wonderful. He started working with us. 2 days later, we went to, some of the people used to go into the villages to see the people who are disabled and not able to come to the camps. Doctors go and serve them. So one day, one of the girl who went there to check somebody's eyes, she's an optometrist, and she came and told me, doctor, there's a leper outside the village. And I think you have worked with Mother Seta in the leprosy center. We can do something, otherwise probably this man is really living here and hardly anybody gives him any food and everything. So there was an English lady, her name was Jackie Young, and she got so much intensely in love with India. Later on, she changed her name as Ganga. And I asked, why Ganga? He said, Ganga is one thing, it flows to the destination. But whatever happens, it serves and flows. That's why rivers are such a wonderful thing. Like Swami says, if you have to follow my life, you have to remember only one shloka. Paropkarai vahanti nadya, paropkarai duhanti gava, paropkarai phalanti vraksha, paropkarai idam shariram. What it means is, look at the trees if you have to follow my life. As, for the message, what you are served. These trees give you the fruit. You hurt them, you throw the stone, still you get the fruit. People cut the tree to make the timber, to make houses and table, and you sit on it. But it does not give you any pain. They serve despite of getting the pain. Look at the rivers. They flow, give you the water. They don't drink their own water. And they nourishes you, but they do not, lose the focus to go to the destination. Look at the cows. Does not drink own milk. Even sometimes the calf suffers. And when the milkman has taken all the milk to sell, whatever it is, the calf get a little bit. Paropkara idam srim. This Narayana has given this body only for Paropkara to save. Do it. That is his message. So when the question of this Ganga came, I just remembered this, one of the things which Swami has mentioned in one of the discourses. So this was the girl who realized she was really pure like Ganga. She went outside, brought this man. And the people to get the free glasses, free medicine, there is a huge crowd. And people are really, it is like who can go first and all those things. That was very difficult for the crowd control people to maintain the crowd. And it's difficult because it is in a hill, somebody can slip and fall down. So they request politely, please, everybody will get their chance. Do not really, no, I have to go, I've got this, I have to do this, I have to cook and all. Everybody has got something to do, urgency to do at home. Everybody want to be first, nobody want to be last. And this Jackie Young Ganga bring this, leper man who is covered himself with a blanket, didn't want to show his face. I have not seen that incident, how the Red Sea parted when the Moses went through. The moment actually this man walked in, all these people who wanted to be first, they moved separately. That is what probably the Red Sea did actually when Moses was walking through. All the people got in and, oh, no, he don't bring him inside, he's a leper. He came inside. We have got a little altar. We have a Swami's picture. We do few bhajans every morning and do the aarti. So we asked him to sit down there. This man is crying without showing his face. He said, I don't want any medicine. I don't want to do anything. Let me die. Let me die. Don't cure me. So I talked to him. I said, why you want to die? He said, it is not the leprosy or the disease killing me. It is the humiliation. I was working normally, and when I started getting these spots on my body, people thought I'm untouchable. And then the time came, then they have thrown me out of the village. I was not allowed to enter. I could tolerate that because my son and daughter-in-law was still coming. and giving me the food. But then they put this condition: if they come and serve me, they will be thrown out of the village. And they don't come. This loneliness is very, very painful. I didn't remember the word. Mother Teresa once told me, you know, the cancer, hunger, and all those things, these are not the big diseases. Somebody can go actually and give food to a hungry man. Cancer person life can be prolonged with the chemotherapy or other types of treatment. But the loneliness is the biggest disease in the world. If there is a very lonely person, if you go and hold their hand, probably you are giving them that great thing, what we call love, because they are lonely. So this man had that disease of rejection, humiliation, and loneliness. These are the three things. He said, give me a pill that I can die today, because this disease I am not suffering. I'm not worried about the pain, discomfort, whatever it is. Even I don't get food, don't worry. But this is what happened. Somebody just passing by, they throw the food like this to me, like they're giving to dog. Some people are very kind to the dog. They hold the dog and say, eat. But to me, they don't come near to me. And I realized, I said, don't worry. The God will help you. He said, there is no God. If the God was there, I could have accepted the disease, but not the rejection. It was a difficult scenario. So this Jackie said, don't worry, Baba. You know, she learns few words. She took him and they started cleaning in front of everyone. And there was a table outside where we used to sit during the break time to have our tea and biscuits. He took him to that table in front of those 1,000 eyes looking at him and gave him a cup of tea with the biscuit. This man is looking, is this woman mad? Giving me her own glass and the biscuit in front of other people? He himself said, don't do this, you will get the disease. And other people started shouting, you do not know, probably you have come from England, what leprosy is, you have not seen, you will get the disease if you touch him. He did not listen, she did so. And this man was also very surprised that how much respect and love. Swami said, medicine is not required. You know, when I went to Turkestan recently for this thing, this was this called putting the Sai medicine infused to that, how you do the medical camp, because when we were working actually in Kazakhstan last year, remind me where I'm leaving because I forget, I'm getting old, but this is connected to these things. So this is, Turkestan is a Muslim country. The governor came, we were doing a medical camp in Kazakhstan. Except Brother Milan and his family, because they came to pick me up. I want to ask a question. These people are not supposed to reply. There was a city where we are supposed to do a medical camp. It is a 300-year-old city in Kazakhstan. It's a Muslim country. Can anybody guess what is the name of the city? Have a wild guess. Let us start with a young vice president. Have a wild guess. You see, we are talking about Sai. It has something to do. What?
Uzbekistan, I don't know.
What?
Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan. What? Name of the city in Kazakhstan. Tashkent is in Uzbekistan. Yes, the ladies are clever. Give them a big hand. Wonderful. 300-year-old city in Kazakhstan. Name of the city is Sairam. It doesn't finish there. The mountains there are called Sairam Mountains. The river which flows, it is one of the longest rivers called Sairam River. And the people treat as a river Ganga, they go and have a dip into that one. That is the magnanimity of the name of our beloved Lord. He told me once, my name is not as old as body is. My name is ancient. When you go and work, you'll find that it is already there. That is what exactly it is. Just it was a coincidence that I remember. So this governor came to the city of Sairam to see how the Sai medicine is, medical camps are done. He was so impressed. And he came and told me, the governor of Turkestan, I realize that the love and respect you give to the people, I think it cures half of their diseases. I want this thing to be infused in my medical university. And this is the biggest medical university in Central Asia. 7,000 turnover per year. And what they wanted, they infused the same medicine into their new students, and they can go to work into the village. Look at him. This is the beauty of Swami, that he can reach to the far people, and you become the instrument to do it. That is what exactly. He doesn't have to go there. He needs you. Sahasrapadas. You have to just take a little trouble to walk and go to that place, and you get so much love. And after the medical camp, you know what I got? I used to see the patient actually on a wooden chair. So there was an old lady. She came after I gave her some medicine. She came after 3 days. And I want to see how the medicine is working. And she had a little bundle in the hand. You know what she had in her hand? She's an 80-year-old lady. She had a cushion. She said, this chair is very hard. You can sit with this or put this cushion. I did not sit on the cushion in Kazakhstan. I brought it home, and now I put it in my shrine. I sit on that. I get such a wonderful vibration. It is her love for me to sit on that. Can you imagine? If somebody is give you $1,000 check, probably it may not be that valuable, but that cushion, she felt that that person has come from here and sitting on a chair, which is very hard. That is called mother. You can feel that motherly love. Who knows? It was Swami himself. Because that's what exactly it is. Na jaane kis bhes mein Baba mil jaye Bhagwan. It has happened with me so many times. I miss Swami came, and when I went to Swami, he didn't recognize. Probably we will share those incidences in the afternoon. But this story back to this man in Gangoli Hut. This man stayed with us every single day. They gave him food, they cleaned him. And with the love and respect, it started changing him a little bit. Now the last day came. We are all going. Our Sardarji, who never took anything up, were very happy to take everything down. Transformation. He said, you doctors have worked very hard. Let me do all the things. I'm a big sick man that can do that one. And he asked his conductor also to do these things. This is what exactly it is. Your action must change the transform. You do not require that miracle. Your action can change. That is his, you can follow that thing. Our life is his message. If you have that miracle of love, you can change anybody. So last day came. Now we have got a big problem. Once we go, this old man will have to go back where he was. Who will look after? Meanwhile, we got the medicines for him, and we started that these are the set of the medicines you have to take. He was so scared to go back because he has got that intense love. He could sit every day in the morning and evening bhajan with us. He eats with us. And I could see that he was scared. We were loading the things. Evening come. Swami says, love my uncertainty. That is one of the messages also you have to live with. That's what exactly it is. The last minute he will do everything right for you. And I'm praying, Swami, do some miracle for him. What can we do? And all those things. The last thing loaded, my job is to check that everything is gone. And then the one bus is about to leave. The truck has to follow and everything. And I'm still thinking. As I'm going, there is a beautiful young lady with a young man walks in. And they come. And they say, tears and rolling in their eyes. They say, doctor, that old man is my father. I want to take him home. What may come? If these people don't come to my house and don't let me buy anything, I can survive. I have learned something. I want to take him home. After all, he's my father. So I asked him, what has changed? I said, I was afraid that villagers will throw me out. I am not afraid because I have seen the power of your sai. One thing I want from you. Give me that picture which you are praying every day. That will give me the strength. That is the reason Swami has sent you there. Not to serve hundreds of people coming with toothache, eye problem, cataract, this and that and whatnot. This is what exactly. Transformation of that driver and the change the heart of this young man. I didn't have to worry. We went for follow-up and we realized that man did very well. And also the villagers got this idea that leprosy is not the disease, that by doing that. I remember somebody asked this question to Mother Teresa because he used to sit on the bed of the lepers. I did a camp in the leprosy center which is called Gandhi Dham in Calcutta. And you will be very surprised. Many of the people have got this misunderstanding that Mother Teresa converted the people and this and that and whatnot. And I was very surprised. The room where we were there, all the patients, we were supposed to take the bandage off after the eye operation. We were sitting. The food was brought for these people on the blackboard. We written the food time, Brahmarpanam Brahmavi Brahmagnatam, in the Gandhi Dham with the name she has given to the leprosy center. It is not her name, because Gandhiji was the first person who started taking lepers as this thing that they are not the people to be rejected, you have to love them. That's what exactly these people have, that message, that strength. So somebody asked once to Mother Teresa, are you not afraid that you will get the leprosy? He said, if God has to give me, without serving them, I'll get. But His love is my shield. I'm not worried that I will ever get any problem. And she didn't till she died. That is the strength we should have when you go to serve people. Should I wash my hands? Should I gloves? I was sharing this incidents with other people. Actually, probably you will hear somebody is going to speak about this incident, so I don't. So this is what actually the subtle message Swami has given during the medical camp. How many minutes? 10 minutes. So before we go to another scene, I think it is time actually to come back to Africa. This is such a wonderful story, actually, which has taken place because it has got some American connection, because there was a beautiful film made by Hollywood. It's called Blood Diamond. How many people have seen the Blood Diamond? There we are. We were given an opportunity to go and work in that country, in Sierra Leone, where they were searching for the diamond, and that is what has happened. Actually, the neighboring country has there was a civil war, and children were given $1 to kill their own families and friends, everything, just to get $1. That's what exactly people misuse the money for. No love. And when we went there, still, there was a remnant of the war. Most of the population who survived either did not have a leg cut with a machete or hands. And that was the time we were given the opportunity. The reason we wanted to do this medical camp, because it was a lifelong desire of Victor Kanu, because he comes from Sierra Leone, that we should do the medical camp. And that we went there, and the medical camp was. And again, there is a great subtle story why Swami inspired Victor Kanu to arrange this medical camp. Two things happened in this medical camp. There was an 84-year-old gentleman from Turkey. His name is... I'll remember. My memory is actually getting a little bit weak. So this gentleman also wanted to join. So I was thinking, this 84-year-old gentleman comes, but Swami says, never say no to anyone. If somebody is inspired to do, it is probably he has got the love for Swami to do the work. I said, okay, you come, there is no problem. So he also came, so we gave him the job of registration. Those days, water was a big problem there. Every morning, they will give 2 bottles, 2 liters each. That is your water to do a brush. That is your water to have bath. That is your water to drink whole day. You won't get anything else. Ceiling on desire. 2 bottles is your life, whatever you can do with that. So that's what the restrictions were. And the medical camp started. 2 days down the track during the medical camp, there was no electricity. So we had diesel engine. To get the diesel, it's very, very difficult also, because we were working in quite a remote part, which was very badly affected. This is the first time it has happened when we did the medical camp. First day, normally there is a huge number of the people, but there was hardly anyone. That 3 or 4 people came. So I thought probably we have not advertised the medical camp properly. Then I asked the local organizers why the people are not coming. They say, no, they are all very people are very scared. They have just run into the bushes. They all think probably this is another way of luring them and probably do some harm to them. But gradually the work went, and then the people started coming in large number. So 2 days later, there was a medical emergency. As the medical camp was going on, it was about roughly after 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Suddenly we had a big sort of a kiosk or the gate where the people are queuing for this thing. So somebody said, there is an emergency, doctor, come quickly. So I went with 2 of the young doctors, and when we went there, we saw a chaotic scene. A truck has dumped about 12, 13 bodies. Is everything is okay? Okay. So there was a bit of a chaos. There was very severely injured bodies were dumped onto the gate. And these are the people who were so badly hurt in a head-on collision. Some of them, they had the head open. Some of their abdomen ripped open, intestine hanging. They had fractures, open fractures, bleeding and everything. When we go to the camp, you don't go for such an emergency. Neither you have got the means. You go for simple things, what Swami has advised to do. What can we do? So we informed the police that these very injured people are there. So he said, do whatever you feel like. Otherwise, normally these accident people die. For them, the value is that they're just villagers. If you can do something about it. How can we let somebody die in the Swami's camp there? So we decided actually whatever we can, we just somehow made a little place for them. The people were sitting onto the benches. We asked them to get up and we put those, very injured body. Many of them were unconscious. Many of them required immediate infusion. If not, blood was a difficult thing to get, at least some sort of a saline infusion. Because if somebody has got ripped open, you cannot give anything by mouth. It will be a very difficult thing to do. So there was nothing available because there was no pharmacy. The nearest medical facility was in the Freetown, which was about 100 kilometers from there. And our immediate responsibility was somehow to keep them alive so that we can make arrangements to send them to the nearest hospital. Afternoon was there. Everybody left the work and whatever little means, we had the new bed sheets and everything. We started using them as a bandage. We tore them, tied and other thing. It is very difficult to, to suture the abdomen. Those people are doctors, you probably will know. And some of the people really were asking for water, what to do. So one of the young nurse actually, what she decided, she put little, vibhuti into the water and started giving little drips, not too much, onto their things. So just to quench the thirst. That was a sort of a scenario. In the middle of this thing now, it has taken such 2-3 hours before making them settle. We gave them some injection to relieve the pain. Now, suddenly, Swami says, ready to face the challenges. The person who was running the, the generator for the light, he came, looked, doctor, now the night is coming. You do something to move them to a better place because, this is Africa. In the night, there are all sorts of creatures on the floor, including scorpions, snakes, and whatnot. You make sure they are in a better place because I have got that much diesel left, and probably it will go for another half an hour, 45 minutes. And that time I was so busy, I was worrying actually, and police will not come. They said, we do not have the diesel to come down to you, and there won't be any legal repercussion. If you can do something, do, otherwise forget about it. Because we were worried we came from the foreign land and what will happen to them. So we are praying to Swami, his name on our lips, and somehow we are doing. And I was worried about the time. Second time he said, 20 minutes. Like, he said 10 minutes for me to go. He said, 20 minutes, diesel is going to finish. I said, Francis, do whatever you like, but that generator must go on till we find out the place for these things. So this man didn't know what to do. He went and he heard the story that once Dr. Gadia's, the car was broken down and he put vibhuti and the car started, that sort of incident. So he put the vibhuti onto the generator, thinking the generator is a living being sort of thing. And Swami, it is all in your hand. You won't believe 5 hours till 11 o'clock, it went on without any diesel. Because he had the faith, innocent faith. He said, I do not know. I have to run. Swami, I have got no diesel. To keep his word, Swami has to make that miracle through him, and it worked from there. To cut the story short, it's a very long story how their life was saved. Actually, it will take at least an hour to describe, but that is not the important thing. Somehow, everyone survived. We got it somehow. There was no transport. We hauled, those people who have got this roadside maintenance truck. We converted that truck into makeshift ambulance, put all these bodies and sent them to Freetown. And the Freetown, there was a big story. How these people survived 24 hours with this sort of injury that Italian hospital was treating. And there was on the radio and everywhere, these miracle doctors have come and they have saved the life of these peoples and whatnot and everything and not done. Trouble. When you have got, some name goes on. Next morning we heard Victor Kanu told us, the president of the country want to come to the medical camp. I said, Victor, we are already running 1 day late. He will come and give the speech. We'll be more late. You deal with him. Don't bring him to the camp. Because, when the VIPs come, they give the speeches and other things like that. I said, please. He said, no. He's a very educated man. He's from Oxford and everything's fine. He came to the medical camp. And you won't believe, he understand an educated man. He said, I don't want to disturb into the camps. I just have come to appreciate two things. Just wanted. I was going to Mecca. He was a Muslim man. I was going to Mecca. When I heard about this, what has happened, I decided actually that is not so important. I can go anytime. I must come here. And he knelt down there and he prayed. I have seen the miracle of Allah there. This is my namaz. This is my prayer. And what he said, that the rebels came and did the killing. Sai angels came and did the healing. Jai Sai Ram.